welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering the Streamlight Tl Racker. The Streamlight Tl Racker is kind of what its name implies. It's a shotgun, forearm mounted weapons light, i.e. rack your shotgun. It carries two CR123 batteries and puts out between 800 and 1,000 lumens of light. Why do I say between? Well, there's some conflicting information out on the web. My paperwork that came with the light says 1,000. I've looked up on several web sites for the pricing and capabilities, and I see a fluctuation between 800 and 1,000, so I just want to put that information out there. Regardless, it's bright. It's intuitive to use, and it's easy to mount on your weapon. As you can see here, it's contoured, it's got good gripping surfaces, it's got a little notch here that your hand naturally goes into, and it's got the light right here. On both sides you have a pressure switch. And the pressure switch is a pretty unique one because if you just click it real quick, the light comes on, as you can see. Click it again, it comes off. But if you click and hold for a second, click and hold for a second, it's momentary light. So it gives you two modes of functionality, which is very handy depending on your situational needs. The Tl Racker is a drop-in replacement for your shotgun forearm. In this case, I've got it mounted on a Mossberg 500, but they also make it for the Remington 870 as well. Alright, now we moved into a dark enclosed area. Here's it in constant on. Gives a nice bright light, and the center of the light generally hits the area that you're aiming at. So it's also de facto an aiming device. You put the middle brightest part of the light on what you want to hit, and that's probably where your rounds are going. Now here's it in the momentary mode. In a situation where the light is constantly on, Streamlight claims you'll get 1.5 hours of constant use out of two CR123 batteries. That's not bad because think about it, when you're using a weapons-mounted light, even if you use the constant on mode, it's usually for a minute or two, and most of the time you're going to be using the momentary mode. So an hour and a half is pretty long service if you think about it. Now, this is the gun you carry on extended operations where you're away from your base for days at a time. You might want to bring extra batteries along, but even with the craziness that's going on in the country these days, I don't see anybody doing extended operations like that. Like all products, the price of the Tl Racker varies. As I looked over several websites where to purchase this from, price roughly medium, about $150. I found some places cheaper. This one I actually found on sale and got it for just over $100 with some discount coupons and some other things at a certain website. The worst expensive I saw it was about $165, but the average seemed to be right about $150. And I'd say that's a pretty good investment. It's a dedicated weapons light to your shotgun, so it's not like you can use it in your pocket or other things, but it's dedicated, it's there, the light's on the weapon when you need it. If this is your home defense weapon, it's definitely a good idea because you want to identify any target before you engage it. We hope you found this review of the Tl Racker weapons light helpful and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in for future weapons light reviews.